Greetings and welcome to Youtique Lifestyle. This is a wardrobe planning series in collaboration with So Much Fabric, where fabric is sewn into fashion. In this video, I'm going to show you the general process of how I sewed my color block t-shirt, with a special focus on the design of the sleeves. So let's get started. Here are the soft and comfortable fashion fabrics I used. It is the torch red matte jersey and the black matte jersey, all available at So Much Fabric. For the sleeve pattern, I took a white t-shirt that I had and I traced the seams. The seam allowance for the hem was 5/8 inches and everything else was 1/4 of an inch. This was the first sleeve pattern and it was 4.25 inches in length. I wanted to keep the original pattern and lengthen it to 10 inches. So I lengthened it and cut around the outside of the pattern. Now I will draw in the color blocks where I want the red knit fabrics to go. The red fabric strip will be 1/2 inch in width. Now the 1/2 inch width will be drawn at the shoulder seam. Using this pattern, I'm going to create the separate sewing pieces for the sleeve. I will start with the red strip near the shoulder. I will trace the seam along all sides of the strip. Next, I will mark 1/4 inch seam allowance and then cut. Make sure to mark the fold and label. Next, trace along the seam for the red strip near the hem of the sleeve. Mark the 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then cut. Make sure to label all sewing patterns. Next, the black knit section of the sleeve will be created. Here I'm tracing the seams for the hem of the sleeve. The bottom seam is 5/8 inches and the top will be 1/4 of an inch. Now for the main body of the sleeve, I will trace around the sewing seam and then draw in 1/4 of an inch seam allowance and then cut. I draw in the fold line and make sure to label. And now I have all the sewing pattern pieces for the sleeve. I repeated this process for the main body of the t-shirt, and you can watch the detailed tutorial when I sewed my classic black t-shirt. I'll put the link in the description box below. And here are all the sewing pattern pieces. I will start by cutting out all the pieces that will be the black knit fabrics. This will be the front and back of the t-shirt, the main sleeve, and the hem of the sleeve. For the red knit fabric, I'm going to cut the neckband and the neck binding, the 1/2 inch strip near the hem, and then the shoulder strip. Next, I will lay out all the sleeve pieces to give me an idea of the order I'm going to sew it in. And now I'm ready to serge it together. For this part, I did use a water-soluble double-sided tape that I used with my front zipper skirt. Thank you, Abby, with Atso Rigby on the tip of using it with knits. It did help with making the sewing process easier. And here is the process of how I sewed it together. And here is a sample of how I used the double-sided tape. I laid the tape along the edge of the seam and then peeled off the paper. Next, with right sides facing each other, lay the fabric on top and make sure the edges are lined up. It is ready to be serged together. After the hem was serged, I also used the double-sided tape to adhere the fabrics together when folded up. And here I'm stitching along the folded edge. And now we're ready for the general process of how I sewed the whole t-shirt together. I do have a more detailed tutorial on how to sew the neckband and neck binding in the t-shirt, and I'll make sure to link that below. Again, it is part of sewing my classic black t-shirt. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Well, I hope you enjoyed the process. sew along the sides, and I am complete with my color block t-shirt. Here are outfits I put together with some of the items I have in my closet. I got to wear it with my front zipper skirt to the Sewing Fashionistas Christmas party. And I got my first Marfie pattern by winning a drawing contest. I can't wait to try the Marfie pattern in the future.
I think only one person is not here. You want me to read them? I'll read it. Look, we got to verify it in Twitter. Oh man, let me hold that for you. Andre, let me hold the camera. We got to get out of here. And one. I need to hold the camera. Yeah! Oh, okay.
That was me.
Maybe if I had said your name first.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Roz, for organizing such a fun event, and Alois for hosting, and of course Linda with Plan For You events for creating such a beautiful ambiance. I want to take this time to thank you for visiting my channel and watching my videos, and also wish you a happy holiday season. And I want to leave you this message, which I believe the Sewing Fashionistas said it the best. Or should I say, sang it the best.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my
And here are a few more winter holiday festivities that I got to attend, and I wanted to share the experience with you. Congratulations to our nephew Benjamin on your confirmation.
I'm going to pretend to announce. Remember we practiced announcing? Yeah. You're being just fine. So let me pretend to announce, okay? My name is Emily Quinn, and I shall play Jingle Bells by Pierpont. Santa's here! Hi, Santa! Hi, Santa, come on!
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays! Thank you for watching, and I hope you got inspired to create something extraordinary out of the ordinary.